Hi, I'm Amy Boulware, and this is my dad, Irv Ginsburg, and we are here this morning to talk about some really important information that we wanted to share about advance directives and why it's important to choose the proper agent. So we thought it was important to tell our story. And our story goes back about 10 years ago when my mom was diagnosed with her third cancer. And we were in the process of exploring what our next options were. And my mom called me up one day and she said, Amy, I need for you to come over. I need to talk to you. It's really important. And my mom and I talked every day. So the fact that she was summoning me to her to talk about something really was important. And she and I sat down and we started talking about her wishes and how she wanted to be treated medically and what she wanted now that the cancer was back for the third time. And then she proceeded to tell me that she wanted to take my dad off as her agent. Now, my parents had been married for 48 years, and they made every decision together, always. And the fact that my mom would want to take my dad off was an interesting moment. And I asked her, why did she want to do that? And she said, because she knew that my dad was emotional, that he was probably too emotional to be able to handle the decision-making. And you can see, even today, he's emotional about talking about this, but that's why we think it's so important. She thought he would be too emotional to follow her wishes. I asked her if she had this conversation with Dad, if she had talked to him about it, and she said, no, I wanted to talk to you first. My parents often say it was a good thing that they have a daughter who's a geriatric social worker. This is a conversation that I have with many families that I work with on a regular basis. But when it was my own family, it was a whole new approach. So we called my dad into the room and we talked about it. And we talked about what her wishes were and why she didn't want Dad to be the one who had to be her agent any longer. Dad agreed that yes, in fact, he was emotional. Anybody who knows him knows that that's true. And of course, we as a family would be making decisions together, but she didn't want that pressure to be on my dad. And I will be honest with you that we never thought there would come a time when Dad would not be able, when Mom would not be able to make her own decisions, but it did come. And at that moment, when the doctors came to us and said we needed to make some very tough medical decisions about whether we were going to continue treatment or bring her home, it was me that went back to what my mom had told us she wanted. And together we said, no, we were going to stop treatment and bring her home. So I think it's important now for Dad to talk a little bit about what he was feeling, what he's even feeling now. You can feel the raw emotion. But my mom knew Dad best, and that was why we made that decision.
You know, I've thought about this a lot over the years, and I think that we waited too long to have that conversation, because by the time it came to the point when we were faced with the decision, I'm not sure that I was ready for it, but I can assure you that my wife's decision to talk to Amy was without a doubt the best gift she could have ever given to us. And so what I would suggest is don't wait.
Please, we really think that it's important that others learn from our family and have these conversations, talk about your wishes, and make sure that you appoint the person that you think will be able to act on your wishes. We appreciate you listening to our story and hope that it's helpful to you.
Don't wait.